Okay, so welcome to episode one of the Zack Snyder fan edit that I'm putting together. Um, on the left hand side here is the original movie, and on the right hand side is an edited screen. So what I did was this one's the opening scene, the death of Superman. Maybe I think I'm just going to call it Superman's scream, the opening scream. So there are various parts of this opening scene that I felt that could easily be trimmed. So the actual cube, there's a part in the movie. Well, there's the beginning of the movie when Superman is replaying the scenes from Batman versus Superman. It's in slow motion. It's this big, long, slow motion thing where they're showing first uh, uh, the body, the spear going through the body, and it's slowly going around the glowing spear. And then you finally get to what's really happening is Superman screaming. It just feels like it just takes forever. First, you don't realize what's going on. It's trying to give you the lay of the land, but really the key is I felt was is Superman's scream, and it's just a lot of slow mo slows it down. So, and that the important parts are Superman's scream, the reactions of the other Justice Leaguers. So that's why I decided to trim that back, and I'm going to show you the two different instances here. So from the DC logo here on the left, I'm going to press play. So there you got the spear coming through Superman's body, his bone, I guess. Going around, slow motion, good view of his all his back muscles, and the spear going through. Nice, nice. And then you get to, as it keeps going right about here, the Superman screen. Okay. So that is, I forget how many seconds I didn't write it down, but either way, so that's that whole scene, that whole beginning scene. Now this is the changed version, the edited version. That's it. See, kind of sped it up right to go right into it, go right from the DC logo right into what's happening in the movie. Next thing I had was Lex Luthor. Essentially, there's a part, the screams go, and they're finding the mother boxes. And the key is the scream is hitting the three mother boxes. Well, in the middle of this, there's the scream is hitting Lex Luthor while he's sitting in the pool and he's getting a 3D representation of what's going to happen in the future. It doesn't help with the story, and it's also really bad CG. I think they just didn't put the money to actually edit that part. It just looks like it just doesn't look good. And I'll show you right now. First, it starts off with it reaches the cube here with Cyborg, right? And then it goes to Lex.
Go to water. Going to the metropolis. Paper floating. And then,
Now it's going to go to Lex, and you can see all this going on over here, and then it goes to the screen after it shows this. It's going to go and it's showing three things like we know what that is at this point in the movie. It's ominous, but it's fine. So now here's the new scene on the right hand side here. Cube. In the water, right? But away from Metropolis. Right into the meat. So it's going from one cube to the next cube. When it goes to the third cube, to this Amazon thing, it's a nice scene. I kind of didn't like. I hated to remove it. There's a nice little desperation thing going on in the beginning of it, and I was actually thinking of changing the order of how it happens. But just looking at it to understand what is going on in that scene, The box is opening up. The box is going to the Amazon is going to go see what it is. She has fear, and she goes to touch it, and she, go get the queen. Right. That scene is a little bit extended, so I trimmed off a little bit, and you'll see this is not as big of a scene, and I actually like this little piece, but it's unnecessary. Okay, so here's the original scene. As you can see, there's the cube, everybody's standing there. Um, and then you have one person who is going to start walking forward. There she is. She shows fear. And I'm talking over this partially so I don't get copyright, so everybody knows. That's partially the reason I'm talking a lot. But she's coming up, and it's still showing up from this angle. You can still see the fear in her face right there, where she throws the shield. Um, she goes to touch it, and it's going to open up, but she's still showing. You can still see the fear in her face, and that's the key here: showing the fear, and then the action of the cube opening up. Okay, so now this is the re-edited scene. Cube opens, right? So same thing. She's gonna start walking forward right there. You see her from this angle. She's walking towards it. You see the fear in her face right there. She throws the shield, and then all this plays the same. So what I did was I cut out that little thing right in the beginning. She starts to walk, and then you have this long 5, 10 second focus on her, and then you see her from the back. Where I just went right to the back because you see her, you see it again, that same angle, the same visual viewpoint from already before after that. So that reduces that part of the scene. So there's that, and then I debated back and forth. I was actually thinking of putting this up for vote, but I decided this is the condensed version. You know how movies they have the opening title sequence. There's all these, the credits come and they show things. Well, Batman's walk in Iceland, Greenland, whatever country that is, that is a long thing just to be able to show the credits. Uh, and I was thinking of leaving it in because the real version would have had something like that, would have had that, if anything, that whole sequence. But this is for rewatchability. I want to condense this. I want to just shut off. So I condensed it just a little bit, uh, just for time and to reduce any that long lag that happens between while it's showing the credits. So most of the time, people are either just getting popcorn or whatever the case may be. Okay, so here's the two scenes. Here's a scene. Basically, this is Bruce Wayne going in I'm gonna say Iceland, going traveling in Iceland to go see Aquaman. So the key, what I changed here was is this: he gets on the horse. Once he gets on the horse, um, he uh, he then then starts showing mountains and ranges, this beautiful landscape, but it's not going anywhere. And then finally, you see him in the distance traveling and going things. So I basically got rid of all this, the basically the air shots that just showing mountains and ice and things like that that don't actually show Batman. I got rid of that chunk of it to create this next sequence. So I'm gonna just forward a little bit to right to the part. Okay, so this sequence, there's a whole beginning part here where he's getting ready and doing the fire. I left that all in there. So what I'm changing here is from this point on is he's gonna get on the horse and then it's gonna show all these like mountain ranges and ice and things like that, and showing the credits and all that other stuff. It's just a long sequence of beautiful landscapes, but doesn't actually progress the story in any way. Then it gets to a point where you're actually seeing Bruce Wayne trekking through the mountains and everything. So I left that part in, so you actually see the struggle of him going to go see Aquaman. So here we go. Here's the original sequence. Sorry, John DJ, you've been cut out. You're going to be cut out. So you too, Tamara Watts, you're going to be cut out. Um, and Beautiful Mountain and Tom, you're cut. Sorry, had to spend some time here. And Gregory, I think you're going to be the last people to cut out. Well, I think one more person will be cut out. David, yeah. Sorry, Dave. Um, and now's when you actually see Bruce Wayne. So, new scene. Right to there. Boom, done. Okay, cuts all that out. Go right to it. Um, and this sequence still goes on for a little while. It still feels like an opening credit scene, but that's my the first edition. Please like, subscribe this video. Please leave comments if you feel that I should make the title sequence at the end, put it back to the way it was. I'll do that. Just let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts on the different edits that I've done. If you feel I need to do additional edits or I need to add stuff back in, please leave comments. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you when we do the part 1.